Is Ahsoka Tano boring now? We've seen the first couple of episodes of Ahsoka on Disney+, and it's safe to say we're seeing a bit more of a stoic iteration of that character. It's kind of got us thinking, has she just become, though, the most boring character in her own show? David, you're on the dark side for this one. You think she has got that little bit more boring? Tell us about that.
I'm afraid so, Lou. And listen, I want to make it very clear that this is no slight against Rosario Dawson. I think the Star Wars franchise does have an unfortunate history of casting very charismatic actors in some quite boring roles. And of course, the most famous example of this is Samuel L. Jackson in the prequel trilogy, who, Mace Windu was a fan favorite, but really he had very few moments to shine in those films, let's be honest. And I have a terrible feeling that a similar thing is going to happen here, And of course, it's very frustrating because in the Clone Wars, Ahsoka was a very lively personality. And although fans found her a little bit annoying to start off with, they really grew to love her. And that's because the writers found a great balance in terms of her sort of, sense of mischief and adventure and wonder at the universe. It's kind of sad. I do understand that they're trying to do something a little bit different with her as an older character. Her character arcs have been compared to that of Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, for example. But I just feel that to see her be so kind of subdued and emotionally detached from what's going on around her is really quite disheartening. And of course it doesn't have to be this way, because you can have a character become older and wiser and still have them be a really fun presence. I mean, just look at Yoda in The Empire Strikes Back. He was kookier than he's ever been before. So the fact that they're going in the complete opposite direction with Ahsoka, I think is a real shame, because it means that not only is she less interesting to watch, but also I think newcomers to the character might be a bit confused as to why she ever became popular. And it means that in her own show, she's kind of being overshadowed by the likes of Sabine, Hera, and even Hu Yang. So I think we kind of need to get back, to that original Ahsoka energy that we all fell in love with to begin with. Do something about it, Dave Filoni.
That's a call to action for Dave Filoni there. I'm here to tell you that you're completely wrong, to be honest.
I can't believe this betrayal.
I know. I think it's a really interesting choice from Rosario Dawson, from Dave Filoni, to have her be... I think it's that she's got her guard up. I don't think she's lost that wonder. I think it just kind of shows the severity of the situation we're in, that she's taking it so seriously. She's lost a friend in Ezra Bridger. She's lost her apprentice in Sabine Wren, which Ahsoka does explore a little bit. It does well to kind of show us the consequences that could happen if Grand Admiral Thrawn is found, if he does come back. I think you've just got to consider the circumstances that she's in, and it's no wonder that she's maybe lost a little bit of that innocence and that kind of wonder at the world. I think she's also, as you mentioned, she's matured as a character. We've seen Rosario Dawson take her through various iterations, and I think it's worth remembering, there was a time when people didn't like her that much, and we've seen her go on this journey to become one of the most beloved characters in the franchise. It can come across as a little bit Ice Queen, I think, but I think that does well to kind of illustrate that tension between her and Sabine, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that kind of develops, because it's a little bit frosty.
I'd say.
But I think the end of episode 2 proves that she can thaw a little bit, and I think we're going to see her go on a journey within this series, and I think maybe that stoicness perhaps isn't here to stay, so I don't mind it as a starting point for her. I think for me it kind of has paid off. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Are you with David on the dark side, or are you fighting the good fight with me? Let us know what you think, and we'll look at some of the spiciest takes next week. See you then.
Bye for now.